Much to talk about out there right now in the tropics, right?
Absolutely. One thing I'll get to a little later on is Saharan dust, and right now that's what we're seeing in the main development region, and that dry air actually helps to suppress hurricane development. So that's a good thing, and we'll take a look at the tropics coming up in just a few minutes here. But I do want to start off with a look of the state of Texas as a whole. Here in South Texas, we have been dry and hot throughout this entire week. In fact, most of Texas has actually not seen much rain, but we do have a few showers occurring over in West Texas right now. In fact, there are actually two flash flood warnings that are in effect because of the rain that is just sitting over the same area. Locally, though, we are just warm going into the evening. 89 degrees here in Corpus Christi. This warm and dry pattern, though, is because of high pressure. We've seen high pressure sit over the southern United States pretty much throughout the entire week. Now, this upper level high is actually going to shift out over to the east, but when it does, we're not going to get much rain. The reason for that is the main weather maker, the upper level low, is going to remain well to our north. So we are still looking at temperatures in the low 90s and not a whole ton of rain throughout the entirety of next week. But for your Saturday forecast, we're starting off early in the morning. We're starting off with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s across the coastal bend. We're going to have some cloud cover as well, just as we have seen this past week. Then in the afternoon, we'll start to see that cloud cover burn off. Temperatures are going to reach the low 90s, so very similar to what we saw today. But our main focus is not that actual air temperature. Our main focus is going to be that feels like temperature once we calculate in that humidity. Now, we're seeing dew points sitting in the mid 70s, which means that when you factor that into our air temperature, we're looking at feels like temperatures in the hundreds. 103 degrees in Corpus Christi, 102 in Beeville. Warmer, though, in Alice and Falfurrias tomorrow. Even at the beach, if you're planning to head out there to cool off, that feels like temperature is near 100 degrees as well. So no matter where you spend your Saturday, you're going to want to make sure that you are staying hydrated and making sure to take frequent breaks outside if you're going to be outside. Now, the nice thing is that we do have a bit of a breeze, just like we saw today with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. That's what we're going to see tomorrow. Sunday, though, looks to be the breeziest day with peak gusts near 35 miles per hour. Another thing we're going to see on Sunday is some Saharan dust. Just like I was mentioning with Mike, we are tracking a plume of Saharan dust to enter into the Gulf, and we'll see the forefront of this plume enter in on Sunday afternoon. So a little bit of some hazy skies, but the thickest portion of that plume is going to be here on Monday. So if you are sensitive to fine particles, be aware that you may want to plan to stay mainly indoors on Monday or wear a mask if you do plan to head outdoors. For the rest of us, though, we're just really going to be hazy. Maybe we're going to see some more vibrant sunrises and sunsets. But I do want to talk about the tropics because just as the Saharan dust will keep us hazy and suppress our rain chances, it's also suppressing hurricane development out in the Atlantic. So we are not tracking any areas of interest over the next 7 days. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Highs in the low 90s on a daily. That's about average for this time of year. We'll see a mix of clouds and sun in the morning, but in the afternoon, that sun is going to be shining bright.
All right. Thank you for all that, Hope. Coming